हिमाचल की पहाड़ियों से लेकर गुजरात के सागर तट तक जाना चाहिए। भारत माता की! भारत माता की! जीतेगा भाई, जीतेगा। विकास ही हमारा मंत्र है। विकास के लिए आगे बढ़ना है, देश को विकास की नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाना है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। भारत माता के! भारत माता के!
फाइनली आप all right, welcome tonight. It's 10 o'clock and those full-throated cries of celebration that we saw there from Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, the big two of the BJP, came at the end of a day when the party initially seemed almost reluctant to come out and celebrate their latest set of victories in Gujarat and in Himachal Pradesh. Over the next 1 hour, what these elections mean for the national picture. Is 2019, as some say, now wide open, or is it in fact a done deal as a result of these elections? And the reason why those questions are being asked and debated is because of this. The latest numbers from the Gujarat and the Himachal results, and these are now results. These are no longer leads. So this is where the final position stands so far, that the BJP is now at 98 and the Congress with its allies is at 80. So the BJP has dropped by 16 seats, the Congress has gained by 19, and it's that psychological barrier which has led to two very different interpretations of this outcome. But of course in Himachal it's been a very different picture, with the BJP coming home easily, 44 gaining 18, the Congress down 20, so the Congress out by a landslide, losing one more state in India. But also at the same time, its own chief ministerial candidate, Mr. Prem Kumar Dhumal of the BJP, said to be trailing, but that counting is still on. So this is a cliffhanger of an election. All right, joining me tonight on the debate, I have with me Aijaz Ilmi, member of the BJP. Thanks for being with us. Abhishek Singhvi, spokesperson, Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress. Rakesh Sinha, RSS ideologue. Nilanjan Mukhopadhyay, journalist, author, someone who's closely studied the Modi phenomenon. Aarti Jared, of course, senior journalist. We also hope to be joined shortly by Manoj Ladwa, who's been very close to Narendra Modi, particularly in shaping his foreign strategy. I also spoke exclusively to Ahmed Patel, one of the Congress's key strategists and the man driving the Gujarat campaign. We will have that for you a little later on in the show. But Aijaz Ilmi, let me ask you this, that, full credit to the BJP tonight for yet again romping home in two elections. But what we heard again and again from the leadership about the fact that whatever damage that the party took in Gujarat was because of a negative casteist campaign that the Congress ran. This leader after leader came out and said, and we're still trying to tonight analyze, is that just an excuse that the BJP is making for the fact that perhaps you didn't run the campaign well enough, or simply that the Gujarat government did not deliver?
I think winning the 6th consecutive time,
yes,
forget the left in Tripura and West Bengal,
sure,
but for a mainstream national party, it's the first time in the history of this country, of independent India, that a mainstream national party has won the 6th consecutive election.
Right.
That actually is a stamp of approval on most of the policies of Prime Minister
No doubt
Modi
about it.
and the economic
No doubt
policies
about
of
it.
transformation.
Okay,
so
but as far as
that's
this-
a given. That's a given.
Okay.
Secondly, on Hardik Patel, Hardik Patel could never define himself whether he was for the Congress or whether he was for himself.
Yes.
He's been a lone ranger, masquerading as an agent of change, but nobody really knew where his loyalties really lay.
No, but you're
He's
not answering my
obviously-
question. The damage to the BJP came from where? Why keep blaming a negative casteist campaign of the Congress? Why not look and say that there was something wrong, whether it's with the campaign, whether it's with the performance of the Gujarat government, that led to you dropping almost 15 seats?
Vasu, with 22 years,
Yes.
it's no mean task.
Okay.
Obviously, there are sections which are not happy. Obviously, it also means, as my friend Rakesh spoke about, that there are social social events happening in
Okay.
Gujarat that need to be addressed. And Prime Minister and Mr. Rahul Gandhi was very, very clear. They said that we need to assess and see if there's anybody feeling that angst and anguish. We need to reach out to them. So
Okay.
that's a positive sign. It shows complete lack of arrogancy, complete lack of a desire to reach out to people who are feeling that situation.
Okay, so Abhishek Singhvi, rather than see this as a victory for the Congress or rather than see it as a moral defeat for the BJP, would you concede that rather than make this 2019 open, this is actually perhaps close the door? That you couldn't win a state which the BJP has won 5 times on the trot?
Srinivasan, just the opposite. Of course, I must start by congratulating the BJP because anybody who wins an election, and यहाँ पर जो जीता वो सिकंदर, there is no doubt about that. Absolutely. But let me tell you that we can keep on redefining the goalposts, the boundaries. But have we just not suffered a temporary amnesia? Till a few days ago, we were thumping our chests and saying 150 and no less. Fortunately, the bigwigs didn't say, but the middle and the lower level said, some of them said, we'll resign if we don't get 150. We'll leave politics if we don't get 150. Well, first point, good. I'm glad how the mighty have fallen. We are now talking of 98, 99 and giving justifications for it. Second, I was amused at the Prime Minister talking of this great thing about Vikas and ending his speech with a thumping, you repeat after me, Vikas jeetega, Vikas jeeta hai. Srinivasan, perhaps this was the election with the least amount of talk. I didn't hear the Prime Minister talking of Vikas at all. The imagery fixed in my mind, the alliteration fixed in my mind is Ahmed Patel as CM. Posters put up. Pakistan, Pakistan and Pakistan. And that most bizarre, unheard of innuendo, insinuation and allegation about a dinner involving a former Prime Minister, somebody as genteel and gentlemanly as Manmohan Singh, supposedly by innuendo, doing sedition and spying against India's enemies, sleeping with the enemy, so to say. Now, that is Vikas for you?
Okay, let's get Ajaz to respond.
You won by 19 after the fright of your life. After the fright of your life. You got a scare of your life today. You were close to, but you have won. But don't be so sure. And last point, you asked a question about 2019. If the rate of decline of the BJP is what is seen in Gujarat, if the degree of akrosh and discontent is the same, they've got something very, very seriously to be worried about in 2019.
Okay, Ajaz,
I've been to Gujarat thrice and otherwise also. This is serious.
All right, let me ask him. Did you have the fright of your life?
All these allegations, our vote share has actually increased in the state of Gujarat in the 6th consecutive election. That speaks volumes of a stamp of approval for Prime Minister Modi's policies as a Chief Minister and the BJP's desire to reach out to every section of society.
Secondly, but were you frightened today? Was it the fright of the life of the BJP?
Abhishek is talking about, the Prime Minister was very, very clear that please leave the foreign policy and Indo-Pak relations to the elected government of India, which has the mandate to deal with Pakistan or Indo-Pak peace or not otherwise. Don't be self-appointed votaries of Indo-Pak peace when you are not mandated. You can be obsessed with peace, but please leave it to an elected government and the foreign policy and the foreign mandarins to handle this. Do not try and push an agenda which is not yours for the taking.
Okay, but Abhishek, just as the BJP...
just half a second.
Yes. Yes.
I don't want to sound harsh on a great day for the BJP, narrowly winning, but I don't want to live in a country, Srinivasan, where I have to check with you or anybody else when I go out for dinner, whom I go out for dinner with, and whether that person will say something or the other and look over my shoulder. That may be the BJP's idea of a vibrant liberal democracy. It certainly is not mine. And really, that is what the Prime Minister was doing, invoking that imagery.
Okay, but let me ask you this, that just as the BJP is now taking recourse to the fact that there were casteist forces that led to their decline, the Congress has turned Narendra Modi's aggressive campaigning into its excuse for losing yet another state, for losing 2 states. I mean, is that going to be again the road forward for the Congress, or do you also turn around and say, listen, this is a serious problem. We are now down to just 4 to 5 small states, barring Karnataka, Punjab, the rest are small states and union territories. This is a big problem.
Well, 2 or 3 quick points very briefly. I don't think the Congress is at all satisfied. I don't think it's at all complacent. We certainly are not where we should be, and I humbly accept that. But let me tell you, Rahul Gandhi fought ferociously. Congress fought ferociously,
But lost.
with a straight bat. And we are proud of that. And we lost. Yes, we lost. I mean, this is something we lost by after coming to to within, I would say, an inch. With those 15, 17 seats at less than 1,000,
Yes.
I don't know which way it would have gone. And Ahmedabad and Surat and a few urban areas have saved the BJP. The buzz in BJP circles is that probably 5 to 7 areas in Ahmedabad and Surat have saved them, because our urban strike rate was poor. Let me concede that. But everywhere else, including urban areas outside those two areas, and overwhelmingly the rural areas, we beat them hollow. So
is that
let's not
good
be
enough,
complicit.
RC?
Now let me tell you one more thing.
Yes.
Well, not good enough to win, obviously. I concede that. But I was saying this, apropos your question, Srinivasan, that the BJP's rate of decline is very, very high. There's a lot of anger and discontent. It doesn't always translate into a vote.
Okay,
and also
Abhishek.
I concede that perhaps our capacity to receive that transfer is limited.
All right,
Little
okay.
weak,
Let
not
me,
a little
let
weak.
me,
But
okay,
we
just
are
give me a,
progressing and we are doing well.
okay, just,
Yes.
yeah, let me just get Aarti in here. Aarti, is this wishful thinking?
Well, you know, much would depend on what the Congress and Rahul Gandhi do over the next 1 year, because the next 1 year is going to see several elections in which the BJP and the Congress are going to be in a straight fight, locked in a straight fight. And you know, like in 2013, when the BJP completely decimated the Congress at the end of the year in those 4 states, you know, if the Congress scores well in the 3 elections that come up at the end of the year, then I think the battle for 2019 is wide open, and we'll have to see what happens.
Would you agree? Is 2019 wide open now because of Gujarat?
You know, the nature of Lok Sabha election and the nature of assembly election are the 2 different things. If you are comparing the both, this is the greatest folly in Indian politics. Number 2,
but there is such
no,
a thing as a momentum.
I'm just talking. No, I'm talking about the Gujarat election. You know, there is a inclusive caste coalitions. Congress has done in the past that I call it a inclusive caste coalition.
Yes.
But as BJP has done in Uttar Pradesh, but this time in Gujarat, what Congress has done, that is irreparable damage for the Gujarati civil society.
In what
because
way?
That movement began as a social movement, aspiration of the classes, and that was a failure on the part of the BJP leadership to be futuristic about that movement. They dealt with it just like any other movement, but that became a mass movement. At that juncture, when the Congress turned it into a caste movement, and Congress made a caste alliance, and Congress became playing the second fiddle. So, being a national party, everywhere it is going Bihar, it is playing the second fiddle.
Okay,
it is in Gujarat, Gujarat is playing the second fiddle. It does not have 3 Gujarati Congress leaders, but it has 3 names. To every Congress leaders coming and they are talking about Hardik, Alpesh, they may be leader of they have some mass base. And there is a lesson for also BJP to learn about, to be futuristic about the social movement. But here, Congress has done the reactionary patchwork of the caste.
Okay, you're saying irreparable damage. Abhishek, would you like to respond to that? That it's one thing to say that we represent aspirations of different groups, but that this is simply playing the polarizing politics of caste. This is a step backwards.
I am touched by the care and concern for the Congress shown by Mr. Sinha, that he is so concerned that we are not on our own, but with others. But let me tell you, I find a fundamental contradiction in this whole debate which Mr. Modi started, saying divisive caste politics. When you get a rainbow of diverse communities, castes, some of whom may actually not be agree with them, all ranged along with the Congress against BJP, is that called a consolidation, a movement, a legitimate political tactic, or is it called caste division? I don't understand. From at least 100 years ago in India, I thought you fought elections on rainbow of coalitions.
Right.
Now there happen to be 3 people who came along with the Congress under an umbrella,
Yes.
who joined, who had synergies, who consolidated, and they are painted as divided, as caste division, as the poison of caste. I don't understand this reasoning. Obviously, the BJP had to say this, which is actually an oxymoron. It's actually an oxymoron. It's actually a contradiction in terms, only because they were so scared.
Mr. Singhvi, with great respect, just I want
Quickly.
to know that,
Yeah.
that all these three leaders are talking in terms of the reactionary politics. They are not talking as the national political party like Congress, which has been at a time spoken about the casteless society. Now
But
you
you-
are endorsing the caste-based politics.
But the
That is
BJP
the
also tried to give reservation to
Let me
the
answer that.
Patels.
Let me
No,
answer
I'm just telling you. Telling you that I also gave
me
credit
answer
to
that.
the Congress that in the past it has a caste coalition. In BJP has done the caste coalition in Uttar Pradesh, that was
Okay.
inclusive. That was not the casteist politics. You are bringing other identities in your fold.
How?
Here you are not bringing. You are institutionalizing
Sinha
the
Sahab,
reactionary
Sinha
caste
Sahab,
politics.
Okay. Nilanjan.
Sinha Sahab, how does Hardik become casteist when he joins along with very wide rainbow coalition of others with the Congress and remains very dear to the BJP when the Patels were supporting
Sir,
the BJP?
Okay, Nilanjan,
Had you heard today
Brazenly wooed
his
separately as a
speech,
community.
he said dadagiri hamari chalti rahi. In parliamentary democracy such a word. Even
But
Kejriwal
Nilanjan-
had not used that word that time. He says hamari
Forget
dadagiri
words.
chalti rahegi. We will
Forget
respond to
Okay. Just
even
one
before the
second.
government was formed.
Okay, Rakesh ji, Nilanjan, do you
The
believe?
same Patel whom you wooed brazenly before for many decades.
All right, okay. Can I just get Nilanjan that in a way the politics of identity back center stage in this election, not just caste, but even in terms of religion, specifically the way in which even the Congress was not about playing the Hindu card. Is that a cause for concern as one of the takeaways from this election for national politics?
Well, yes, it is definitely one of the major takeaways. You know, the identity is firmly back, either in terms of caste or in terms of sub-nationalism or in terms of, you know, religious identities. Those are back. But having said that, you know, it's been a long day. And it's been a day through which we have gone through various moods and our assessments have changed. You know, I must say
Right.
that at the end of the day, I think the BJP and Mr. Modi would be a bit more thankful than the Congress for the final way, the verdict.
Why?
Because they really had a close shave. You know, you have to accept the fact that this was a party
I think close
which was
shave is a very
possibly
appropriate
losing this election till about 10 days ago, till Mr. Modi went and actually was able to retrieve the situation.
You think that
for
turned the
party.
tide in the end?
I
Or-
think that is what is the
Okay,
important.
Manoj Ladwa joining us via Skype from Amritsar. Narendra Modi saved the day, Manoj Ladwa. Otherwise, it was a done deal for the BJP in Gujarat.
I think the people of Gujarat have given a very clear mandate, and I've been flicking through various news websites and channels in India, and some people will be fooled to think that the BJP has lost the election. It has clearly won the election. It has got a majority. It has got close to 50% of the popular vote. If I was in London or in Washington, and as political parties there would bite your right hand off for such a result. So I don't think there's any room for pessimism. I think, yes, frankly, Prime Minister Modi is the star campaigner of the BJP.
Right.
He is hugely popular, not just in Gujarat, across the country. And I think he should be very, very satisfied.
Okay. Ejaz, you wanted to come in,
Yeah,
and
I
after
want
that,
say
I have
one
to go
thing.
to Ahmed Patel. Yeah.
When, for about 10 minutes, when we saw that the results could go the other way
Yes.
in the Congress's favor, and how the stock markets reacted, you know, people actually were in panic, and there was they thought of an economic meltdown if the same policies of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP would be negated by a negative mandate.
Okay,
so
I
it
must
also
get-
shows that
I-
the reforms are very important and integral to the investor class and people who
Okay,
think
I must
of
then.
India.
Okay, I must then
Also-
get.
also
Yeah.
one quick
Yes.
comment. You know, this is the peculiar thing about this election, that the BJP's vote share actually went up.
Yes.
They got almost 50%, but their seats fell to the
Correct.
lowest ever tally the BJP
The
has
conversion,
scored.
as Arun Jaitley said,
It's
did
very
not take
peculiar,
place.
and it's the lowest ever tally for the BJP in Gujarat since 1995.
That's right, and the highest for the Congress, I think.
And
in
the highest for
almost
the
that-
Congress
in
since
that same period.
1985.
I want
There
a
have
quick
been
reaction.
Several instances also, you know, where vote share has gone up, but this number of seats has
Seats
gone
has
down.
come
Most
down,
classically, way back in '93, when after the Babri Masjid demolition in the UP elections, at that time the alliance of the Samajwadi Party and the BSP grounded the BJP.
Right.
But
It's
the
a-
point is that out here, what has happened is possibly Gujarat has become more bipolar than what it was in 2012. Keshubhai Patel's party did take about 3%
Okay.
of the vote, so that got into
Okay,
different
we have
sides.
to. We have
Squeezing of
to.
BSP and
we have
Aam Aadmi
to-
Party is also there.
Okay, I just want very quick word from Abhishek Singhvi about the comment that Ejaz made that the markets tanked at the possibility that the BJP might be losing, and what that says
In a
about
lighter vein,
what
I'm
they think
told
about the
I-
Congress.
In a lighter vein, I believe a lot of people made a lot of money betting on only one point, whether the BJP will touch 100 or not. And the whole debate was 99 or 100, that agonizing wait for that one seat. And a lot of money was made and lost on that betting. So I think the BJP has done benefit to a lot of people, at least by that one difference. But let me make one point very quickly. I think the urban-rural divide is what did us in, and only really in Gujarat. You know, you forget that in 2009, the complaint was, and all the analysts said, we are astonished, that the Congress did far better than the BJP in urban areas.
Right.
And in 2004, we didn't do too badly. But this time, Surat and Ahmedabad are perhaps single-handedly responsible for the vote share of the BJP, because the difference between the vote share of ours and theirs is very large.
Right.
And also for ultimately getting them the seats, because we did rather badly there.
Okay, Abhishek Singhvi.
Barring that, I think we did very well across Gujarat, all over.
Okay, Abhishek Singhvi, thanks very much. We'll have to let you go because I know you have other things on your schedule. Sachin Pilot, though, is joining us. Thanks for being on the show with us, Sachin. We will come to you in just a second. But before that, my exclusive interview with Ahmed Patel, somebody, in fact, who became a point of controversy in this election, remained very low-key, but now finally has spoken up. Let's watch. Thanks very much indeed. That's right. Ahmed Patel has always been a key factor in every Congress campaign, not just in Gujarat but across the country, as one of the party's core strategists. What does this election mean to him? And what does the future hold for him and for the Congress party from here on? He joins us in an exclusive interview on the night of the Gujarat results from his residence here in Delhi. Ahmed bhai, thanks very much indeed for joining us. You fought hard, no doubt about it. The Congress has done much better. When I say you, I meant the Congress party. But it was still not good enough. Where do you think you went wrong, particularly since you have such a close association with Gujarat?
See, first phase was very good. Second phase, last 4 days. The way Prime Minister himself campaigned, tried to polarize the situation. Different type of issues, you know. Even his alleged Mr. Dr. Manmohan Singh also. He brought my name also. So it's never been in a picture for the Chief Ministership, you know. So he tried to polarize. Second thing, of course, they were, you know, they strong in their boot management, you know. A lot of the whole cabinet was there. Central government, state government, administrations, all agencies, they all were working, you know. So second phase.
You think because of the Prime Minister's very aggressive campaign and his attempts, you are saying to polarize the election, you think that's what made the difference?
Aggressive campaigns, misguiding campaign. Because ultimately when he thought the first phase they are not going to win, and the second phase, as usual, they try to polarize the situation.
No, but Ahmed bhai, somewhere along the line, doesn't this become a convenient excuse for the Congress? Because now this is the 6th election which successively you've lost in Gujarat. Surely there's something wrong with what you're doing.
They were expecting 150 seats. One of their top leaders said if it will be less than 143 and between 151, then it is our defeat.
Okay.
Naturally, it is a moral defeat. And it's a defeat of their overconfidence.
Okay, fair enough. You can turn around and say they didn't get to Mission 150. But you didn't win either. And you've not answered my question that when you lose 6 elections in a row, surely you have to accept some responsibility for it.
See, after 2002, we won up to 89, you know. We won so many elections. It's not that we didn't win. But after 89, the situation was totally different. After Mandir and Masjid and after that the campaign of Mr. after 2002 Godra incident, the way they polarized the situation, they brought almost all under the umbrella of...
Is that also why that we didn't see you put prominently forward in this election? Because they were trying to use you to polarize the election. As you yourself said, that Narendra Modi brought you into the picture. He said the whole attempt is to make Ahmed Patel the Chief Minister of Gujarat. He in fact even suggested that there was a Pakistan conspiracy to do that.
You have seen from the very beginning. I have been always low profile, played always low key, you know. Not only in Gujarat, everywhere as a political secretary also, as a parliamentary secretary, the Prime Minister also. So that is my nature. I don't have any ambition to become, you know, to hold the, you know, the government post. never been a minister. It's all propaganda, It's the gimmicks of Mr. Narendra Modi,
There was never any question of you becoming chief minister.
Out of question, I myself said so many times, not once,
But are you saying that your being low profile in this campaign had nothing to do with the fact that Ahmed Patel is a Muslim and the Congress was trying to play the Hindu card in this election? Let's be honest. They were trying to polarize, but the Congress was also playing the Hindu card.
No. That was their intention, The Congress has never played whether the Hindu card or soft Hindu card. Of course, for Congress, everyone is, equal. Whenever injustice is there to any community, Congress always stood by them, And the way Rahul ji has campaigned this time, all over the Gujarat, that and the response, because in few meetings I was with him, the way the response he was getting, even he was attracting more crowd than the Narendra Modi,
Okay, that of course the BJP would contest, but when you say that you are there for all sides, the fact is that Rahul Gandhi did visit 26 temples, I was told at the last count. In fact, the Somnath visit was with you. Now, this has never happened before?
This is the first time he has travelled more in the bus rather than, the helicopter or the plane. Naturally, wherever, any temples came, and the people, they requested, he has, visited. There was no any intention of this soft Hindu go behind it.
There was no intention of that. Even though the Congress has come out and said he's a Janayu Dhari Hindu. Ye pehla kabhi nahi. This is the first time the Congress is actually using language like this.
So when they have alleged, after Somnath temple, whatever register they have given, he has just signed, and after that they twisted them as if he is a non-Hindu. So naturally, for Congress party, it has to be countered.
But I want to ask you, Ahmed Bhai, that you say that it's because of polarization, but the fact today is that in Gujarat, all your senior leaders, all your state leaders have lost the election.
They have been targeted. The way they put up candidate before them, the way they spend money, not only money but the liquor also, 3-4 days, not only the BJP workers work, but even they misuse the administration.
But why didn't the Congress then complain? Why didn't you produce the evidence of this?
Yeah, naturally, the candidates, they have complained so many times to the observer. When we went to the election commission, the delegation at Delhi.
This election has happened at a very interesting time because Rahul Gandhi has been coronated during this entire period.
I have seen a lot of improvement in Mr. Rahul Gandhi. You also must have seen. It's not only I am saying, but his opponent are also saying. It's not that Gujarat, is a home turf of Prime Minister and the national president of the Bharatiya Janata Party. It was a prestige issue for them. They can't afford to lose this state. The losing this state, what does it mean?
But it's also a big election for Rahul Gandhi. The stakes were high also for him, but at the end of the day, he has lost.
You must have seen our performance. Yeah, the way the response he got tremendous. Even urban areas also. See, result is a different thing. Last 3-4 days, the way they misuse the administration, the way they spend the money, and the RSS workers, they were almost all in the villages,
Okay, but can I ask you
the type of pamphlets have been distributed,
But can I ask you about Rahul Gandhi and the future of the Congress and what happens to the Sonia Gandhi and in a way the Sonia Gandhi Ahmed Patel legacy of the Congress? Will Sonia Gandhi, she gave an indication to the media. She said, I am now going to retire. The Congress had to come out and finally clarify. Is she going to retire from active politics, or will she continue to be involved with Congress politics?
First of all, it is not a Sonia Gandhi and Ahmed Patel legacy. This is a Congress president, Congress and Sonia Gandhi's legacy. I am a very small person.
All right.
Second question I can't answer. Only she can answer, that
you're
question.
Her political secretary. Who knows her mind better than you?
No. I have never asked that thing, So she will decide in future course of action. Whenever she will decide. When the election will come rivalry at that time, she will decide what to do, how to do it.
Will she contest rivalry?
I can't say that. It's difficult to say for me.
It's not clear whether she will.
But Priyanka Gandhi has already said Your mother will contest rivalry.
No, but will Sonia Gandhi take sannyas from politics, from Congress?
I can't say that.
But you're not ruling it out.
No, it's a hypothetical question. I can't say now.
But would you like to see her play an active role? Would you like to see her at least continue to be some sort of a guiding presence?
Congress officially has said that she is not retired.
Okay. What is Ahmed Patel would you like?
Of course, she is there. As long as she is there, she will advise, she will give her suggestions, literally.
But Ahmed Bhai, tell me this, what happens to an Ahmed Patel in the Rahul Gandhi era?
I can't say, it depends upon Rahul Gandhi, but I spent 40 years of political career in Delhi. I have almost completed 68 years. Naturally, whatever work will be given, I will do. But I am not that young now, so that I can move, I can do everything.
No,
whatever small work will be given, definitely, happily, I will do that.
But has Rahul Gandhi given you any work to do? Has he assigned you any responsibility with Team Rahul?
No, of course. During this Gujarat election, I was in constant touch with him. He was also in touch with me.
Okay.
During, his visit also, few of the meetings I addressed along with him.
Right.
So it's not like that, And time to time, we are meeting him.
Do you feel that there's a perception that the old guard of the Congress, their time has gone, a new guard has to come, a new generation has to take place?
Ageless. Mr. Rahul Gandhi himself has said he wants to use the experience of the old guard. At the same time, naturally, the youth should come, and I think, because of the Rahulji's leadership,
yes,
a new energy will come into the party. I'm sure 100%.
Looking at Gujarat, if you were to say, let's put aside what you said that the BJP played fair or foul, that's a matter of debate. But from just the Congress point of view, what would be one or two mistakes you think you made, which you feel perhaps could have been done differently?
See, it's not only Congress party in the whole party. BJP also must have made a mistake.
Sure,
Selection of the candidates, maybe because of the alliance, there will be the pressure from the alliance partner to give such and such seat. Where our candidate would have been a stronger, better, or could have been.
That could have been a factor.
That could have been a factor.
Are you particularly talking of the alliance with Alpesh Thakur in North Gujarat? Because their candidates have not done very well.
I'm not talking about individually. But himself, one last moment he has decided rather than proceed. Where, the one Mr. Raghu Desai was there, he has been shifted to, the Chanasma, he lost there, the last minute. What can he do?
Right.
It's not only Alpesh Thakur, but few mistakes definitely. And it's bound to happen, not only in Congress party, with other parties also.
But overall, do you feel that the Congress's inability to nurture strong state leaders is costing you in election after election? There's a perception that the High Command is not allowing state leaders to grow.
This election was a different type of election. It was, the total anti-incumbency was there. We could have exploited it in a better way.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in few of the districts somewhere, because of the booth management, other thing, we could have won more, the 8-10 seats. We could have formed the government, that is there.
But at the end of the day, Jo Jeeta Wahi Sikandar.
Oh, hey. But as I have said, it's a moral defeat for them.
Okay.
Prime Minister, Mr. Amit Shah, whole party, cabinet ministers, so many months. Even then they could reach up to 99,
All right. Well, moral defeat, is that really something that you can quantify in politics? That's something which is a matter of debate. But Ahmed Bhai, thanks very much indeed for talking to us in this exclusive interview.
Thank you very much.
All right, so sharp words there, Ejaz, from Ahmed Patel about the Prime Minister particularly, and saying it was actually the second phase and his campaigning, his negative campaigning, his gimmickry that cost the Congress the election.
I think Prime Minister's positive campaigning and calling a spade is what actually retrieved the situation to a large extent.
Yeah.
But, Mr. Ahmed Patel, he spoke about 40 years. 77 was the first time he won. He won 2 Lok Sabha seats and then the Rajya Sabha onwards.
Yeah.
The rise of Mr. Ahmed Patel is inversely proportional to the downfall of the Congress party in Gujarat.
Right.
So it's a paradox. The most powerful leader, state leader, who is the major domo of the Congress party, comes from Gujarat,
has
and the Congress
over
loses
its decline.
6 elections consecutively in Vidhan Sabha and 4 in Lok Sabha under his leadership in terms of being a major domo. So
Okay.
that paradox is something that only he can answer.
But at least Sachin Pilot with you now in the helm in Rajasthan, is there an attempt by the Congress to acknowledge that that is the model, that is the way to go forward? That you take a young leader, you give him or her charge of a state, and then let them run with it?
See, the Congress party is a very inclusive party, Srinivasan, and I think it's incumbent upon us to understand that this election victory in Gujarat for the BJP
yes.
Is actually a time for introspection. And I know you said Jo Jeeta wo Sikandar, but Sikandar they would have become if they got 150 or 130 or 120 at 99 seats with all the strength under their command to deploy it in Gujarat,
yes.
and then to come out just 7 more than the majority. I don't think that's a reason to celebrate this much. I give them the credit for winning the elections, surely.
Yes.
But the Congress party has really fought back. I think now there is a sense of strength in all democratic forces that the BJP calls itself the election winning machine. That's not what it is. It has many loopholes, and the Congress party is well positioned to take them on. We've won many elections before. We've lost this one, Vasu, but I can assure you, this Congress Mukt system that they want to create is not happening today or in the near future.
What about Rajasthan though?
Rajasthan, I think we're well placed. We have 11 months before the elections happen. And, you know, I believe that we, not just me, my whole party has worked for the last 4 years. And there is enough grounds there for us to believe that we will win those elections. Of course, I think I don't want to be immodest and say that it's in the bag. It will be a tough election. Again, you'll have the CM, the PM, the entire resource mobilization. But the Congress party is quite strong at the block level. And I'm very confident that with all our efforts, we'll be able to make a government there next year.
But is it clear that you are the Congress's face in Rajasthan? Because Ashok Gehlot, who was heading the Gujarat campaign, I mean, some would say that, you know, he was partly responsible for the Congress putting up a good fight. Does that threaten your position in any way?
No, I don't think we should give credit or take away credit from individuals. He was in charge of Gujarat. We performed well. We could have won this election, like Mr. Amit Patel said. We fell short because today the social configurations were against the BJP, a long anti-incumbency. And I think we put up a good fight. A little bit more, we perhaps could have crossed the halfway mark. But whatever may happen, we all win together, lose together. It's not about positions. So at this point in our lives, we've got enough from the party not to be sitting around expecting for more.
But that's interesting that you feel that you could have won the election. Do you feel that somewhere the Congress's own election managers fell short in Gujarat? Given the, given the opportunity you had?
Every victory has a reason and every loss. No, I think any party would have hoped to do better. This election, the BJP has won, but I think they've also lost the perception battle that the Congress party, and Rahul Gandhi campaigned rigorously. I mean, he campaigned leading from the front, and it was counterintuitive because many would have suggested Amit Shah, Narendra Modi, Gujarat, a bad track record. Why put yourself out there? I think he had the gumption to go and take on Mr. Modi and Mr. Amit Shah in their home ground. He gave the point, a strong point. So full credit to him.
Okay, Manoj Ladwa, you were smiling.
Yeah, I think that the whole Congress spin machine that keeps going on about the fact that because despite Modi's tough decisions, Modi has still won. Frankly, it's because of the tough decisions he's been taking since he was elected. That's why he keeps winning election after election. The country needs tough leadership. It needs economic reforms. And I think what this election has demonstrated is that because of the decisions that the Prime Minister has taken and the way in which the government has all gone about supporting those decisions, that the public of Gujarat and ultimately the public of India will back those parties that support economic development, that talk about reform rather than politics. And that applies across the board.
Okay. But Aarti, do you see that shift actually happening with the BJP, that after this entire Vikas business almost got derailed during this campaign? Do you see a return to that, or do we just see more of this? Or I guess it depends on the election and where the campaign takes them.
You see, the thing is that in Gujarat, you know, neither the Congress had a state leadership nor actually the BJP. You know, because the Prime Minister was the state leader and he's now the Prime Minister. And Amit Shah was potentially a state leader, but he's the BJP president, right? So it inevitably became a Rahul versus Modi battle. But in 2018, actually, both the BJP, well, the BJP certainly has strong state leaders. They've got strong chief ministers.
Yes.
And I think now it's for the Congress to develop and nurture and give space to state leaders in the states that are going to polls,
Right.
if it wants to win an election. And I mean, you know, that is really Rahul's challenge, that will he quickly appoint CM nominees in Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh,
Right.
and give them the freedom to prepare for the next 11 months, you know, for the elections.
You know, one thing though, I wanted to ask you that this temptation to go the polarization route, if you look at Karnataka already, all that you hear from the BJP there is that they're leading one campaign against the other, Hindu, Muslim, Hindu, Muslim. Is that the path
Srinivasan,
that we see, that we're going to now see?
No, I have just listened to the interview with Ahmed Patel, and he was saying that Prime Minister has done polarization. You know, for the first time after Kham experiment, there is a caste polarization in Gujarat. It is not the Prime Minister.
You're talking about the Kshatriya, Harijan, Adivasi, Muslim, Madhav Singh Solanki social coalition.
And Prime Minister said that the party and the other leaders have fought, millions of workers fought against the caste polarization. And Gujarat is known for beyond the caste. There is a caste identity, but beyond the caste identity created. And caste polarization is doing Congress, and you are blaming the, and another thing that about the Congress, about one thing Congress, Ahmed Patel said something, and the inference is that old guards are being marginalized. I could infer from his interview. Secondly, organization is not built up in a year. You know, Rahul, I feel, I may be wrong. I should not, this may be a harsh comment for Rahul Gandhi, but as an analyst, I am just saying that he feels something like, he feels insecure. So no young leader is being promoted in the party. You see, just in as far
you
as
have Sachin Pilot there. You've got Sachin Pilot. I mean,
and you know, Vasu, I think it's going to be difficult to raise the Muslim bogey in states like Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, and Madhya Pradesh, which have very minuscule Muslim populations.
No, in Karnataka, just you have asked about Karnataka. Just 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Right.
You know, this whole
in
thing
Karnataka, the whole
in Karnataka, yes, North Karnataka has a very heavy concentration of Muslims.
So Muslim issue is not being raised by BJP. I have not found any BJP leader speaking about the Hindu Muslim.
I don't think it
but I found
that
I found that Congress party leaders are talking about the Lingayat, Hindu, Lingayat are Hindu, not Hindu. So Congress is trying to balkanize. Look, Congress' latest philosophy is just the 10 seconds.
Your MP in Karnataka, who is also a minister in this government,
Congress' latest philosophy is
very
I am defining Congress policy, balkanized Hindu society and monolithic minority community. That is the new philosophy of the Congress.
Key to Rahul Gandhi and the Congress's resurrection, getting onto the revival path, is to how distinctive does it become from the BJP?
Right.
This is the big challenge. It has to be seen as an alternate, not as a replica of the BJP.
Yeah, so like a light.
Economic policies, the social policies, it cannot.
Sachin, is this going to be, is Gujarat the template for how the Congress will approach the minority question, that you overtly court the Hindus, but you privately or silently seek Muslim support?
I think you read too much into things, Srinivasan. We fought this election on a very positive campaign. I can tell you for sure that Mr. Gandhi or anybody in the Congress party wasn't sitting and contemplating how to be overtly pro somebody or deftly appease somebody. We fought on a positive agenda, for development agenda. And the Congress, I think, is one party. For 130 years, what we've actually done is presented a very solid, healthy example of how you can be inclusive without being rubbing anybody the wrong way. Everybody must be treated equally. There should be no biases, there must be no prejudices, and there must be no appeasement to anybody. I mean, it's simple as that. It's not very difficult to follow and understand. But people who have a guilty conscience certainly attack others who try and do the right thing.
Ejaz Ilmi, do you feel that the Congress has more or less, at least publicly, abandoned the Muslims?
You know, I don't see this as a Hindu-Muslim thing. I always believe that as Indian citizens, we have an identity of Indian citizens.
Sure.
And it's very clear, the program and policies of the government, true secularism is a level playing field. All your program policies have to be religion neutral, caste neutral. Your benefits to the society have to reach out to everybody, and that's the most important thing.
You bring the yogi down to campaign now in election after election.
Well,
I mean, no one is naive enough to know.
Pradesh,
but come on, Ejaz, we know what the symbolism there is. We know the reason. Otherwise, why is the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh campaigning in Gujarat?
Well, why did the 30% of Muslims vote for the BJP in this election is the question that you need to answer.
In which election?
That is correct.
No,
I
the
do-
in this election,
talk about
in
it.
Gujarat?
Not in this
Yes.
election. Not in
CSDS
this.
Ejaz, on what basis are you saying that?
30%.
On what basis can anybody
On what basis are you saying that?
Let the results come out.
Okay.
You know, the Satchar Committee report shows how bad the status is of Muslims in India.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, I think the Congress abandoned Muslims a long time ago. It's done nothing for the welfare and upliftment of the Muslim community.
No, they have abandoned the Muslims, but not a policy of minoritism. That is the real gurge.
Right.
Because this
You're
policy,
saying it's just
this policy divides. When I'm
It's
just
a token thing.
No,
Let
nobody
me-
has
It's
talked. Nobody
absolute
in this
tokenism.
election,
Where have
Congress
the
has not
Muslims
talked about the
got
Satchar
in
committee.
India?
Because you know, although I disagree with this
It
whole idea of
exposes them.
Satchar committee, but the Satchar committee has given has mentioned that Gujarat is most developed state as far as minority is concerned.
Okay.
Due
The
to
only
inclusive development.
All right. The only area, Sachin, where the one distinct area where the Congress could take heart from the Gujarat election is what has happened to the rural vote. Your rural vote share, the number of seats in rural Gujarat, particularly Saurashtra, have increased. Do you see that as the BJP's Achilles heel going forward?
Before I answer that, I just want to make one sentence. You see, we would do everybody a lot of good and do justice to ourselves if we stop looking at Muslims and Hindus and Sikhs. We should look at people who have and who don't have. If that prism is used, I think we will really do this country a great service. Stop bifurcating people on religion, because people who are poor, whether they're Hindus or Muslims, makes no difference, and then you can make policies towards that. As far as the farm districts is concerned, I think this 99 figure is a wake-up call for the BJP to understand that there is a real agrarian distress, there is joblessness, there is economic slowdown, and this throwing out of policies like demonetization and calling it a reform is not going to work. They may have one Gujarat, but they must introspect if these things are actually going to play out at national level and help them.
Ejaz, this was a blind spot in the BJP's campaign. I mean, no top leader really spoke to or addressed rural distress in Gujarat, and this could be, as he says, a warning sign for you in the future.
Well, the fact is, we were sensitive enough on tweaking the GST, and which showed in all the trading hubs that we won comprehensively in major urban areas. Yes,
farmers I'm talking about.
Farmers now. Definitely. We've started on a good wicket. Whatever issues that need to be addressed will be addressed. We are sensitive enough. We won't stand on a high horse.
Okay, this is the absolutely fair enough. This is absolutely the last word. Yes.
You know, very worrisome. Mr. Arun Jaitley, in his interview with Pranay Roy, said that we have not really studied as to what caused this agrarian distress. If the finance minister of this country says that we have not studied, and this has been something raging for the last 3 years.
All right.
So I think it shows that the extent to which this problem has been ignored.
All right. Okay. Well, perhaps this is now that wake-up call for the BJP and in some ways for the Congress as well. Thank you all so much, ladies, gentlemen, for joining us. That's it on this show, but do keep watching NDTV. Good night.
हिमाचल की पहाड़ियों से लेकर गुजरात के सागर तट तक जाना चाहिए। भारत माता की! भारत माता की! जीतेगा भाई, जीतेगा। विकास ही हमारा मंत्र है। विकास के लिए आगे बढ़ना है, देश को विकास की नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले जाना है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। भारत माता के! भारत माता के!